going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So actually what you just saw there was the $400 Volvo that we picked up back 6 months ago. It's been sitting here in the weeds, as you just saw. I haven't done anything with it. So actually today what we're going to do is go ahead and pull it out, throw a jump on it, probably fill it with some coolant, see if we can take it around the block and see if the thing even shifts and drives okay. And if it does, I'm going to bring it back, start figuring out what parts we need for the thing, and go from there. So I'm actually excited about this one. Tell you why in a few minutes, but let's go ahead, just throw a jump pack on it, get it to start, put some coolant in it, see if we can take it for a drive around the block, and just see if the transmission and engine's okay in this thing. Alrighty guys, not gonna lie, this one is rough. She needs some work, but you know what, hey, it's gonna be a fun one. Anyways guys, went ahead and got her fired up, running like perfect, typical Volvo fashion, no issues. As you can see there, the gauge, temperature gauge is actually halfway. I thought for sure the radiator in this was blown, but it appears that the radiator is okay, which blows my mind. I thought for sure it was blown. But that's actually cool. If the factory radiator is still good, I think we can work with it. And this doesn't even appear to be leaking right now, which is awesome. So the thing we're gonna do is go ahead and just take this right around the neighborhood here, around the block, just to make sure the transmission shifts, things like that. And then bring her back and just figure out what this thing needs, kind of go through, maybe take a couple wheels off, go through a parts list and figure out, you know, what this thing needs. So let's just go ahead and take her for a spin, I think. All right guys, back to it here. Let's take her for a little spin just to make sure this thing shifts and drives a little bit. And we're not gonna go far at all, because obviously she's in rough shape, to say the least. We've got brake problems for sure from sitting. Wow. Oh guys, these cars. Yeah, we got brake problems from sitting for sure. I mean, the rotors are just making a ton of noise. Wow, this thing runs great. Oh my goodness. 140,000 miles, guys. Runs like the day she came out of the dealer. That's no lie. Alright, let's get her back home before, let's see, give her a little gas. Right into second. Right into third. No issues. Alright. Let's get her back in the driveway here. Wow. Guys, wow, that's all I can say. $400, we got a running and driving car that, to my surprise, isn't even overheating, and the radiator seems fine. So that is awesome. I'm super excited about this thing. When I'm done with it, I mean, this car deserves to be saved. We're gonna put it back on the road. We're gonna drive this thing. This is gonna be a keeper for me, add to my Volvo collection. But yeah, super excited. We got window issues. She's making all kind of noises. That one don't even work. That's something. But yeah, guys, so I think now what we'll do is go ahead and just kind of take a walk around it, come up with a parts list, and then come back at you guys here and let you know what we found out. Alrighty, guys, so looking at the left-hand side, driver's side here, we got a few things I definitely noticed right off the bat. Yeah, so definitely need sway bar links. We need a brake hose, as you can see right there. She's toast. So brake hose, sway bar links. The brakes themselves, yeah, that rotor shot. We're probably gonna do a new set of brakes too, just to make sure it's cool. Control arm, ball joint look fine, but the, well, it's hard to see here, but the boot on the tie rod, that's actually shot too. So I think we're probably gonna go ahead and do is tie rods, brakes, gonna do the brake hose and sway bars on the front left and right sides. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the struts. But I'm gonna pull the other wheel off too, just to check over there. But as far as this side, that's what we need. And also the boot on the CV axle is a little bit sketchy. So while we're in here, might just go ahead and throw a new CV axle on this side as well. So yeah, tie rod ends, sway bar link, and you can tell because I was able to move it. You know, I was able to move it back and forth. This here with the busted boot will never pass Pennsylvania inspection, and it's probably not safe. You're not going to get perfect steering with that, so that needs done. Brake hose, like I said, and we're going to go ahead and throw new pads and rotors because these ones have just seen better days and they've been sitting for a long time. And there's a pretty good lip here too, so we're going to take care of that. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and check out the other side, and I'll be back with you. Okay, over here on the passenger side, a little bit of the same deal. So we got a bad brake hose again. It's going to need a replacement there. We've got a lower control arm here that is actually busted. As you can see right here, the little rubber bushing is actually split, so we're going to need that guy there. Again, tie rod over here is not healthy, sway bar is not healthy, and so we definitely need a suspension overhaul on this thing. Guys, I had high hopes that this thing wasn't going to need much suspension work, but it appears that somebody has just driven it and not done any work to it, so we're definitely going to have to do some work. And then again, brake and pad, rotors and pads over here too, and just you know, bring this thing up to speed, get it back on the road again. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And also, it's a little tough for you guys to see. That's the actual motor mount right there, but that actually looks okay, and somebody may have replaced it at one time, but I don't think that needs done. Everything looks good there. So anyways, that's the front, so we're gonna move on to the rear and just take a look at the brakes and things back there. Okay, guys, and on that rear we had we needed a new brake hose back there too, as well as some rear sway bar links, and then we're gonna do the rear brakes too. So this thing, this is going to kind of be like a restoration, guys. We need a suspension all the way around, brakes all the way around, just a little bit of everything to make it safe and drivable in tip-top shape, which will be a really nice car and all that's done. But yeah, we're going to do that. But guys, when you pay $400 for a car, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? 140,000 miles on this thing, and these can go well beyond that. Something else to mention, we do need a PCV system here, positive crankcase ventilation. I'll explain that to you guys more in the future, but basically it's attached to this hose right here and deals with capturing the gases from the engine and recycling them. So we're going to need one of those. That's common on Volvos. Should be done at 100,000 miles. This one appears to have not been done, but it does look like the timing belt may have been done. Have to look at that a little bit closer. Might be replacing that too. All in all, guys, I have all the front end parts. I've got the bumper, I've got the fender, I've got the rad support, I've got the headlight. So this can all be put together back relatively easily. But I think we're going to start with, in the next video, taking the rad support off and just removing that fender. And then from there we can get in here, do our mechanical stuff that we need to do, then button up the front end, and then maybe last we'll take care of the suspension stuff. Also, guys, new alternator. That's really cool as well. So stay tuned for the next video. Excited to get this one moving along. Alrighty there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As we saw, we do need a lot of parts on the Volvo. She needs some work for sure, so we're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of. As far as why we bought this thing, guys, number one, it's $400. That's number one. Number two, it's a Volvo S80, a 2004 with the 2.5T engine. These things will run forever if taken care of properly. The transmission's in them, Japanese made, and then the Swedish 5-cylinder engine with the turbo. Guys, if you change the oil and keep up with the maintenance on these things, they will be good to you for a long time. So if you ever see one of these out there for sale, go ahead and buy it. Do not hesitate on it, and do a little bit of work to it. Get up and run it. It'll be a good car for you for years to come if you want cheap transportation. So I can't stress that enough. So that's why we're doing this one. I really enjoy these cars. They're fun to drive. They got some power. They're good on gas. They're just all around good, comfy cars to drive and have fun with. So I know she doesn't look like much. It's not a sports car or anything like that, but to me, it's pretty cool. So definitely excited about it and excited to see how this build turns out. It's going to be kind of a restoration effort. As we saw, it needs all suspension work and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and work on that, get some parts ordered and things like that. In the next video, we'll go ahead and tear down the front end, get that old rad support off, straighten things up, and start getting to a place where we can put it back together. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care, get out there, do it yourself.